Hey, what's up guys? Steve here, and thanks again to everyone for all the continued support on the channel. And we'll kick today's list off at number 50 with this 1993 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 28. This was a CSG 8.5 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $15.60. Up next at number 49 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1993 Topps basketball set with card number 23. This card that was ungraded but authenticated by CGC received 2 bids, and it also sold for $15.60. Coming in at number 48 is this 1992 Skybox USA Basketball Magic on Jordan, card number 105. This was a PSA 9 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $16.80. Up next at number 47 is this 1992 Skybox USA Michael Jordan, card number 40. This card that was authenticated by CGC received 4 bids, and it also sold for $16.80. Coming in at number 46 is Michael Jordan's 1994 Topps Embossed Golden Idols, card number 121. This was an SGC 6 that received 7 bids, and it sold for just over $20. Coming in at number 45 is this 1993 Upper Deck Special Edition Michael Jordan Retirement, card number MJR1. This was a PSA 8 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $21.60. Up next at number 44 is this 1993 Ultra Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was an SGC 9 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $22.80. Coming in at number 43 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Upper Deck Award winner hologram, card number AW9. This was an SGC 8 that received 9 bids, and it also sold for $22.80. Up next at number 42 is this 1991 Upper Deck Award winner hologram MVP, card number AW4. This Jordan hologram was in a CGC 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $28.80. Coming in at number 41 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra Inside Outside insert with card number 4. This was a PSA 8 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $30 even. And we get our first Jordan from the 1980s to kick off the top 40, with Michael Jordan's 1989 Fleer sticker with sticker number 3. This was a BGS 8.5 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $32.40. Up next at number 39 is this 1994 Collector's Choice Michael Jordan Silver Signature, card number 240. This was an SGC 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $34.80. And we're headed to the inaugural 1991 Upper Deck basketball set at number 38 with this Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan, card number 34. This was a PSA 9 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $37.20. Coming in at number 37 is this 1993 Ultra All-NBA Team Michael Jordan, card number 2. This was a BGS 9 that received 9 bids, and it sold for just short of $40. Up next at number 36 is this 1990 Hoops Superstars Michael Jordan, card number 12. This was a PSA 9 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $42. Coming in at number 35 is Michael Jordan's 1990 Hoops Perforated Team Night Sheets card. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $42 even. Up next at number 34 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Fleer Total D insert with card number 5. This was a PSA 3 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $57.60. Coming in at number 33 is this 1991 Fleer Michael Jordan League Leaders card, card number 220. This was a CGC 10 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $57.60. Up next at number 32 is this 1994 Flair Michael Jordan, card number 326. This was a PSA 9 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $62.40. Coming in at number 31 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1988 Fleer basketball set with card number 17. This was an SGC 5 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $81.60. And we're sticking to the late 1980s to kick off the top 30 with Michael Jordan's 1988 Fleer sticker with sticker number 7. This was a BGS 7.5 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $86.40. Up next at number 29 is this 1991 Upper Deck Bulls checklist featuring Michael Jordan, card number 75. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $91.20. Coming in at number 28 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Upper Deck card number 171. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for just short of $100. Up next at number 27 is this 1993 Topps Michael Jordan, card number 384. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $103.20. Coming in at number 26 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra All-Defensive Team card with card number 2. This was a CGC 8.5 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $110.40. We're headed back to the late 1980s at number 25 with Michael Jordan's 1989 Kenner starting lineup one-on-one. This was a PSA 4 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $132. Up next at number 24 is this 1993 Fax Packs World of Sport Michael Jordan, card number 7. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $138. Coming in at number 23 is Michael Jordan's All-Star card from the 1989 Hoops basketball set with card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $144. Up next at number 22 is this 1992 Hoops Michael Jordan Supreme Court, card number SC1. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $168. And we're headed back to the inaugural 1989 Hoops basketball set at number 21, this time with Michael Jordan's base card with card number 200. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for just short of $200. And kicking off the top 20 of today's list is this 1994 A Question of Sport UK Michael Jordan. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $210. And we're sticking to the mid-1990s at number 19 with Michael Jordan's 1994 Upper Deck MJ Rare Air Gold Hologram, card number 53. This was a PSA 10 that received 23 bids, and it also sold for $210. Coming in at number 18 is this 1991 Michael Jordan Fleer Pro Visions, card number 2. This was a PSA 10 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $216. Up next at number 17 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Topps Gold, card number 101. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $222. Coming in at number 16 is this 1991 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 211. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it also sold for $222. And we get our first prototype card at number 15 with Michael Jordan's 1990 Skybox prototype, card number 41. This was a PSA 8 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $288. Up next at number 14 is this 1992 Upper Deck International French Michael Jordan, card number 118. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $300. Coming in at number 13 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1990 Fleer basketball set with card number 26. This was a PSA 10 that received 24 bids, and it also sold for $300 even. Up next at number 12 is this 1991 Legends Magazine Michael Jordan Silver Border Insert, card number 11. This was a PSA 10 that received 17 bids, and it sold for $324. Coming in at number 11 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Ultra Award winner, card number 1. This was a PSA 10 that received 24 bids, and it sold for $456. And kicking off the top 10 of today's list is this 1992 Fleer All-Stars Michael Jordan, card number 6. This was a PSA 9 that received 30 bids, and it sold for $564. Up next at number 9 is this 1992 Fleer team leader Michael Jordan, card number 4. This was a PSA 9 that received 42 bids, and it sold for $930. Coming in at number 8 is Michael Jordan's 1994 Stadium Club Members Only 50, card number 20. This was a PSA 10 that received 29 bids, and it sold for just over $1,000. And we're headed back to the late 1980s at number 7 with this 1989 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $1,350. Coming in at number 6 is this 1994 Skybox Emotion Intense Michael Jordan, card number 3. This was a PSA 10 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $1,440. And kicking off the top 5 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1993 Upper Deck Special Edition Behind the Glass, card number G11. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 30 bids, and it sold for $2,100. Up next at number 4 is this 1992 Hoop Superstars Michael Jordan, card number 14. This was a PSA 9 that received 31 bids, and it sold for $2,100. Coming in at number 3 is this 1990 Action Pack Promos Michael Jordan. This was a PSA 9 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $2,250. And we're headed back to the 1980s at number 2 with Michael Jordan's base card from the 1987 Fleer basketball set with card number 59. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 20 bids, and it sold for just short of $5,000. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1992 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan. This white uniform variation was in a PSA 10 that received 39 bids, and it sold for $7,800. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.